happens. Look, today is my grandma's 100th birthday. She requested me to post her pic on the internet to get some good wishes. Have you wished this stock photo a happy birthday yet? And then here are the reverse image searches. It's just a very famous grandma, I swear. I love the food here, but not tonight. I've had awesome asparagus until tonight. It was out of date asparagus, told manager, and he argued with me. Who does that? I am a manager at a hair salon. Customer is always right. No matter what. Our asparagus is brought in fresh daily. You know the food was excellent. You wrote this because you were caught walking your tab, literally snuck out the back door without paying your bill or your server. Shame on you. No, you don't understand. He did that because the asparagus was so bad it wasn't worth paying for. Okay, this next one's a long one, so go get yourself a drink, strap your seatbelt, do whatever you need to get prepared, okay? This, ladies and gentlemen, is what you get when you stand up to a man who beats his young girlfriend in public. Not the black eye, not the broken nose, but the sense of being a freaking great human being. I'm awesome. I'm sorry, but I don't think this story is true. I'd like to believe it's true. Trust me, I'd love a feel-good story to make me feel good about the human race. But sadly, there are way too many things wrong with this story. 1, you are either headbutted by a man with the smallest head in the world, or a Lego man. Your black eye should be swollen, your eyelids should be somewhat closed, and your temple on the side of your head should be swollen too. A black eye is a serious thing, man. Your body doesn't let that slide. I know people who have hit their eye, and within an afternoon it's ballooned up. The purple around your eye is the most suspicious part. Blood vessels don't really adhere to one singular colour. There are yellows, reds, violets, and finally purples. Your black eye looks like a very bad makeup job. You claim that the police got DNA from the headbutt to your nose, and I'm not well versed in the practice of forensics, but I bet a lot of people on Tumblr are. But a few things immediately stand out from your story. Your nose, and in extension your face, goes through a lot of contaminants every day, and your face is exposed to the elements. Now, say you did have DNA on your face, who's to say that wouldn't be rubbed off by the rain, or the wind? Or when you take off your clothes? How much DNA can you really swab from a headbutt? Don't you wear makeup? Wouldn't that contaminate it? Why are the police getting a DNA sample if there was a witness right there? Surely a witness is enough to convict this guy. DNA samples are also really expensive and take a lot of time. Why would they use on you when there are rape cases, murder cases, etc.? If you got hit on the nose, and this is my main point, wouldn't you touch where you'd been hit and therefore rub the DNA away? I don't know about you, but if I got hit, I would touch where I got hit to protect it. It's a natural instinct. And looking at your previous photos, the most jarring thing occurs. Alright, so lining up these two pictures, the top photo is taken merely 5 days after your broken nose post. Now, I'm pretty sure you're not Wolverine, and you can't heal a broken nose within 5 days. As you can see, I've placed the broken nose picture over a recent one, and there's honestly no difference in your nose. Now, for something so prominent, it looks exactly the same. Where are the bandages? Where are the plasters? You've apparently broken your nose. Where's the medical attention? And number 4, I don't like the look of your court letter. Why is such a serious document scrunched up so much? That's a legal document that you need to keep hold of in your record. Why does it look like you've ran it through your pocket 150 times? There's also no official seal and no signature on the document, which means anyone could have written this. Fire up Microsoft Word, select Helvetica, and off we go. I understand you live in Western Supermare, and I know it's a rough area, but still, you've linked newspaper articles that are related to you. Police are appealing for witnesses to an assault case where a woman was headbutted in Western Supermare. But why are the police appealing for witnesses? If they have his DNA, if the woman in question was right there, if you were right there, they have enough to convict him. That's 2 witnesses and straight up DNA evidence, right? Then again, the newspapers you're in aren't exactly the BBC. You can submit stories to them with little to no evidence. After talking to my medical student friend, she has the following to say on your injury. Please bear in mind that she's going to become a doctor one day and has far more training than you and I. Me, is that a real black eye? Her, no, not at all. It would be swollen, not even in colour, they start out red. Her nose is definitely not broken, she'd probably have 2 black eyes if it was. Bruises start red because it's blood pooling, and then as the iron in the blood changes, it turns bluish black, then green, then yellow, and not all at the same time. You get various stages of colour. She wouldn't even be able to open her eyes if someone headbutted her and she broke her nose. So there we go. Someone who will one day look after us all and reads medical books has deemed this a fake injury. Nice one. In number 7, but let's move on from what is and what isn't and onto the post itself. Look, I get it, you're a feminist, you want to fight for women's rights, and you want to take down us men because we rule the world or whatever. But your post speaks of women a week and I just stood up for a woman. I'm a woman, I fight, men shouldn't hit women, I sacrifice my body to prove a point. Here's a much better message you could send to the world. How about no one hits anyone? It's all well and good saying women shouldn't hit men, but if Tumblr has taught me anything, it's that gender is entirely fluid, and therefore the bodies we find ourselves in may not be the ones we wanted, and as a consequence, a woman hitting a man may actually be a woman identifying as a man hitting a man, and now we're onto a huge debate as to who is who in what body doing what with who. But let me focus. This story is false, the injury isn't real, and I'm highly doubtful of the events in question. And even if they did occur, screwing up your court letter and lying about what the police can do is not the way to make a name for yourself. Surely preaching equality through, can we all just not hit each other, rather than, men are pigs and they hit women, would be a